Hi, I'm Henry Healy with Moneygall Development Association. Our organisation was formed back in 2011 after the announcement that President Obama was going to come and visit our village here in South Offaly. The Development Association was formed by locals who would have been active in other organisations, all coming together with one common goal: presenting our village for the unique place it is. After the visit, we decided we couldn't let this momentum go, so we decided to engage with our local community and develop a community action plan. And this couldn't have been done without the support of Offaly Local Development Company. The community development plan, I suppose, can't be a community development plan without the involvement of everyone in the community. The first initial process was the development of a household survey, and that meant we as volunteers went door to door, knocking and seeing what people wanted. We met people outside of Mass and services at the weekends as well, trying to capture not only the environs of the village but the much wider community that we also serve. The survey was then brought together. We sat down, and again with the support of Offaly Local Development, we were able to analyse what was being said. And one of the biggest projects that really flashed for us was the lack of facilities for our youth and for our kids. So the first project that we began was the development of a community and activity park. So the playground element of it catered for kids from 0 to 14 years, and also we put in the adult exercise equipment, knowing that the big children in the area also needed an outlet to exercise while they were here with their own children. The development plan identified other areas such as recreational walks, so we engaged with local landowners, again with the support of Leader in drawing up agreements and assisting us in our approach. We were able to build and develop the Rock of Lyre Loop, a 6-kilometre walking trail, recognised by the Irish National Trails as well, and became an area where various events, community events also took place, not only just recreational and exercise. Stations of the Cross one year took place across the moderate terrain. The other areas that we would have looked at because of the community involvement was the development of the Church of Ireland Hall. Improvement in those facilities was critical. We had an old schoolhouse built in the 1800s that had very little or no development over the previous years and really needed an uplift. We also began reaching out and exploring options with Offaly County Council. We developed a picnic area on land which was designated at the time for housing, but it had become overgrown and wild, so we began to make a public amenity out of it. We also engaged with them to develop Muga, multi-use games area, and they provided us the land, and were able to tap into the department's resources to fully fund that 100% for us. The community development plans have had many benefits, but we can't underestimate the impact that they actually have when you engage with state agencies. By seeing that you have a working document, by seeing that you've organised and you have included as many people as possible, it makes it easier to put the argument towards securing funding for those vital projects that your community needs. I know we've definitely benefited from it. What I would say in excess of €750,000 over the last 10 years coming into the local area through sports capital grants and rural development programme, along with the various aids that we were able to acquire from Offaly County Council. Our community development plan not only helped us identify projects that the community want, but also assisted in getting more people involved in the community. For example, the community garden, which was developed by Moneygall Development Association, is now only overseeing certain aspects such as insurance for the community garden, because they have taken ownership. The volunteers that have got involved may not have been involved in many other associations or organisations within the community, but found this was a way of coming out, getting involved and doing something they also enjoyed. So the community development plan gave us a real variety for us to begin to enhance and develop our village. We also would have enhanced and developed the community hall opposite our church. It would have been underutilised, and today, following on from our other community development plan that we would have developed, Moneygall 2025, one of the aspects in 2021 has already been delivered, which was to facilitate a community gym, recognising that the change in desires of the teenagers and the adults living in their 20s and 30s, there was a demand for community gym recognised. One of the actions brought to our attention from engaging with our community was, while many of them appreciated and enjoyed the existing walking trail, many others also felt that it was a little bit too burdensome and would prefer somewhere flat, safe and off-road for them to enjoy. So by engaging with Moneygall Soccer Club, we were able to acquire a lease and acquire a small patch of land all around their new pitch, which was developed in 2017, and put a flat walking track all the way around. And this track also was enhanced afterwards with solar street lighting. There are other facilities such as the community shop and remote working facilities and hot desks, which will also be developed in the coming period because of the demand and the changes that we've realised from COVID and the requirements now with so many more people trying to move back to our community. You do have the supports of Offaly Local Development Company, who without their support, Moneygall Development Association would struggle to be here today.